What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Play Legit podcast, the premier podcast for gaming and real talk. We are your hosts. I'm Koerri Elijah here with my great co-host.
That's KJ.
Yeah, we got it. Yeah. That'll be super smooth eventually. Like I said, I always say her name for you, and I'm like, man, he can
I
do
kind
it.
of got used to it at this point.
I'm sorry, but we gotta keep people on their toes and stuff,
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So what's up, man? How's it going this week? We had a good week last week. We've been having a good last couple of weeks. Things have been rolling. But how you been feeling this past couple of days, man?
Man, I'm feeling good. Just people weighing in on the comments, making their voices heard because we can't read mine. So it's great that we're hearing from you and keep leaving comments, telling us what you want to see, what you want us to talk about in the world of gaming. We got you. This is the source for gaming and real talk. It's when they both come together. So I appreciate people commenting. I appreciate the subscriptions going up. So continue to subscribe, and we're here for y'all, man. So I appreciate all the love we're getting.
Yes, sir. That's right. We definitely appreciate everybody. And again, you guys should stop by playlegit.net because that's the hub. That's our home. That's where you're going to find everything related to gaming and real talk. You'll find the podcast there, original reviews and articles about different games that come out, retro games even as well. We have satire pieces with Gremlin, the 8-Bit Troll, a whole bunch of awesome content on playlegit.net. So you're going to want to stop by there, but you're also going to want to check out the Play Legit Network on YouTube as well, because that's where you're going to find the podcast and a bunch of other digital content, reviews and things of that nature. So many different Play Legit originals on the Play Legit Network. You're going to want to stop by there. You're going to want to hit that subscribe button. You're going to want to hit that bell too, so you'll know when the new episodes of the podcast are out in the digital form, in the visual form, so you can see us live and in action, whether we're having a guest or whether it's just me and KJ just getting down to the nitty gritty, letting you guys know what's up, how we feel about this stuff. You can see it all with your eyes on the Play Legit Network on YouTube. So sub there. We definitely appreciate all our new subscribers, all the people that have been chiming in, because we do this thing for you guys. So keep on stopping by. Tell your friends, tell your family. That's playlegit.net and the Play Legit Network on YouTube. Oh yeah, but anyways, man, this is gonna be a great show today. We got some good stuff to talk about. We're gonna kick things off with a little bit of zaniness, because we like to keep things fun here at the Play Legit Network, on the Play Legit podcast. And gaming, it affects all different walks of life, like when we were talking to Tommy Tallarico last week, he was like, he was happy to see people that look like us in this sphere, you know. And that's one of the things that's cool about gaming. It doesn't matter really what you look like or what walk of life you come from. Games connect everyone from all different walks of life, whether you're born 90 years ago or if you were born 2 years ago, whether it may whatever it may be. So it's super cool. We got this article here. I guess it was on the Guinness World Records YouTube channel. KJ showed me this. There's a 90-year-old gamer. What's up with this 90-year-old gamer, KJ?
Yeah, I was watching the videos. She's speaking Japanese the whole time, doesn't speak any English as far as I could tell, but it doesn't matter. She was enjoying Grand Theft Auto 5, and the whole video she was just doing work playing GTA 5. And I just thought that was just really cool. And it's just, again, it shows you that, this isn't regulated to some type of age demographic. You can be 90 years old and still enjoy the mess out of video games.
Yeah, I mean, she was on the GT. Like, when you think of old people playing video games, you're like, okay, maybe they're playing like Mario or something, something cute or something like that. She's playing GTA. She's driving cars off of bridges, and lighting people up. She's playing like first person shooters and stuff. Like, this is not your average 90-year-old gamer, So the lady, her name is Hamako Mori. She's from Japan. She's from Matsudo, Chiba, Japan. Forgive me for butchering these Japanese pronunciations, but you know how it is. I'm from freaking the Midwest, man. So, but she was born in 1930, and her alias is Gamer Grandma. because she is a 90-year-old YouTuber and video game YouTuber at that. So she's been playing video games for more than 38 years. She enjoys sharing her gaming experiences and getting direct feedback. So she's out here streaming, dude. She's streaming GTA on YouTube. She's probably on Twitch as well. She's 90 years old. She's been gaming longer than I've been alive, bro.
That's
Uh,
dope.
yeah, that's super cool. She started gaming when she was 52. Imagine being 52 and like just be like, you know what, these video games, these things are pretty cool. Like she's seen it all. She was here for pretty much, you know, the entire span of video games. So that's pretty cool, man. Um what they
Game
say
on,
here,
brother.
yeah, what they say at Guinness, they said they just wanted to show everyone in the world is the best at something, and they're here to measure it. Whether if you got the stretches skin, nose, the smell, yeah. So that's just like the regular Guinness stuff that they're talking about. But yeah, that's super cool. 90-year-old gamer. What do you guys think about that? Are you going to be gaming when you're 90? That's like I imagine we'll still be gaming when we're 90. But I also think gaming will be like completely different. But what do you think? You're gonna be gaming when you're 90 years old, gaming
Absolutely, man.
with the grandkids, maybe the great grandkids.
Well, the thing about it is, gaming, of course, will be definitely evolved. But the thing is, you could break out the old PlayStation. Say, yeah, I know you kids are playing this new thing, but let me show you this God of War on this PS4. Let me show you this Shadow of the Colossus over here. You know what I'm saying? So there's always going to be an opportunity. It's like, you know, movies. You know, we were growing up, we knew about we had our favorite movies, but then some of the so let me take you aside and show you this Twilight Zone. Let me show you this Casablanca. You know what I'm saying? Like this,
Hmm.
there's always going to be that type of room for someone to get put on the game by someone a little older. But and I bet you those kids later on will appreciate the games of old.
Yeah,
And that's what I have to say.
or they'll just say, "Grandpa, these God of War graphics are so dated. I can't believe you're playing these games. Look so fake." And we're playing them now. Like, dude, this looks so real, bro. This God of War is amazing looking. Well, I mean, we got a while to go to catch up to her, but you know, hopefully we'll be there with her. You know, in 60 years from now, hopefully we'll be streaming on YouTube or
On the
something
Play
or
Legit
whatever they
Network.
call it. Yep, exactly. Streaming on the Play Legit network on the Play Legit console or whatever device we'll have patented to play video games on. That'll be sick. That will be sick. Well, yeah, man. Let us know what you guys think about being a 90-year-old gamer, and let us know what you would look like as a 90-year-old gamer. Would you dye your hair? Would you have tattoos? Would you get it all removed? Would you wear dresses or whatnot, or a suit every day and Birkenstocks? Let us know. We want to hear about it in the comment section. So, KJ, we have we have a segment here that's going to be pretty fun. It's the Mission 3 picks. So both of us, we have to pick three things, three games or three titles that we would like to see on a specific console. This time it's going to be for the Intellivision Amico. So we want to figure out what games we want to see on the Amico, why, and how we could apply some of the features of the Amico to those titles, whether it be like the Karma engine, the controller, or whatever it may be. So you're gonna start it off for us if you don't mind, and then we'll go back and forth with our three until we complete this. So, Mission 3 picks. Number 1, KJ. What's the game that you're gonna bring to the Amico?
So we know that the system caps off at rated E10. So it counts, tops off E10. I was looking at some classic games that I think would be pretty fun for the system. And Altered Beast is rated E10. And I said to myself, that could be cool on there. And you know that we talked about the Karma engine. Tommy Tallarico talked about it. You can look at the old podcast from last week. You can check that out for more details on it. But I was thinking for the Karma system, you would have, when people transform, the karma system would give that person maybe a longer transformation, maybe an even more powerful transformation than normal. So I think that that would be pretty cool to get in there. And maybe you could even add four-player cooperative play to the Alter Beast for the Intellivision. And maybe change up the art style a little bit too, make it a little bit more friendly for that age demographic. But again, it's E10s. So I said, I'm going for it.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think that'd be kind of cool to see on there. With mine, my first one, I am going to bring it into kind of a different direction, you know. Thinking about these titles, I kind of wanted to do things that kind of like were influenced by Tommy in a way, not necessarily all influenced by Tommy, but I thought it would be kind of cool to see some of the original creators of some of these titles come back and to see these on the Amico, even though some of these titles were never on in Intellivision to begin with. So my first title here is going to be something that was brought up in our interview that we had, a throwback, a classic, in my opinion, that was on the Sega Genesis, also on the SNES and the Game Gear and the Game Boy. And that is going to be Cool Spot. Yes, Cool Spot, the mascot of 7 Up. If you don't remember, I mean, I was like 5 when the game came out. But if you don't remember, 7 Up made a video game. And for some reason, it was really, really good. Game of the Year title. Um, the animation was really cool. Cool Spot was super cool as well. I don't know how they were able to kind of like bring the coolness of just like a spot to the game. But it was like an adventure type game. You know, you had to go around, you had to collect different spots and stuff like that. So it's one of those things where you could twist it up. You could add a multiplayer to it if you really wanted to, for speed run capabilities and things like that, who could beat levels faster, kind of like you would do with like old school Mario type things, stuff like that. I think it would be really cool. I think it would be a nice touchback to back in the touchback to back in the day. Also, it's one of those things where we don't see branding like that really much anymore, like the cross promotion branding. And I would like to kind of see that come back because, you know, a lot of these companies have a lot of money and maybe we can get some really good titles without having to have microtransactions. Because if you think about it, like back in the 90s, there was a lot of games that would come out, like movies would have games a lot of the time, and that's because they would have a budget where these movies that are bringing in all this money would be able to like have a game be made. So maybe if we can see a collaboration with 7 Up back with Intellivision, maybe we can get a really cool title that doesn't have a bunch of microtransactions that can help cross promote both. Imagine being in Walmart picking up an Amico and then being like, oh, if you have the Amico, you buy Cool Spot, you get like a free case of 7, you know, whatever it may be. You know, it's just one of those things. So my first pick would be Cool Spot. I would love to see that on the Amico.
Well, a pick for me, I would say Bomberman Amico, and I'd call it Bomberman Amico. Obviously, before player, we'd have the player that maybe needs that karma system, give them more bombs, give them some of the higher tiered bombs that you have to really struggle to get because other people are trying to get them as well. Maybe that person would have them, maybe they'd be more easily accessible for that person. But basically, everybody knows Bomberman, and you would just have it, but on this system. Bomberman is tried and true, and it's always fun. So that's a pick for me, man.
Nice. So my second pick is going to be a game. I mean, if you really think, like, if you're my age, or if you're in the age bracket of, you know, early 30s, maybe late 20s, you'll probably remember this game, or, you know, older than that, you'll probably remember this game. um it was for the Sega Genesis, uh and it's one of those games, going back to the conversation we had with Tommy, like, all of my picks, I tried to kind of think of this in a way, maybe even like helping them make selections from like a marketing aspect or whatever it may be. Like I said, we're just here to help out. Maybe these ideas could be brought down the chain, and maybe you could think about this, and maybe these could really happen. So there was a part of the conversation. He said a lot of the titles, there's a company that everybody knows, that everybody grew up on, right? That everyone's kids right now is growing up on, that they're in talks with of creating original IPs and bringing titles to the Amico with. And the first company that came to my mind definitely wasn't Nickelodeon, it was Disney. So it brought up a title that came out for the Genesis way back in the day, and that game was Disney's World of Illusion. It starred Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck. It was a platforming game. It was super fun. It was 2-player, so you could either have Mickey Mouse, of course, and Donald Duck. Me and my brother used to play this game a lot, way back in the game. It was kind of challenging, pretty challenging platformer, but it could definitely be updated for the times today. They could even add more characters, so it's not just those two. They could add Goofy. They could add a bunch of people if they really wanted to add them to the game. It would make it really fun. I think that would be a title that would work really well. Just another way to kind of bring those Disney IPs over. Just another something that's familiar with people, but also kind of a game that we haven't seen in a while, to kind of, pique interest of people that like that retro stuff, but also be something for kids to be like, oh, that's fun. Let's play the Disney game with the magic with the family. So that's my second pick.
And I think there's a market for that because they recently, re-released The Lion King and Aladdin. They did a few years back. Remember, we had DuckTales remastered. So I absolutely think that that'd be a smart way to go and be a nice fit for Amico.
What's up with that final pick for you, KJ?
Man, this was tough, man. I got some honorable mentions I've thrown out there. I think NBA Jam would be awesome. Not that Playgrounds. I don't want that. Tommy already said he's not doing microtransactions, and we know Playgrounds too. Might as well just been called NBA microtransactions. But I'm talking about NBA Jam. The last version of that was On Fire Edition, and that was super fun, man. So I'm just thinking if they just bring that back, we already know that all the different cheat codes and different like big heads and all those type of things you could implement into the karma system, I think, fluidly. So I would do NBA Jam. Updated rosters would be a great fit on Amico. And I also got this on the side. I'm cheating, Koerri. I'm just gonna slide it in there. I'm saying Metal Gear Classic. Not Solid, because Solid gets, real brutal and violent and all that. I'm talking about the original Metal Gear. Let's get a game that looks like that plays like that. So when you take somebody out, they disappear. Remember Tommy was saying when someone goes that they need to disappear, right? So that's what would go on. We'd have that classic style, be Metal Gear Classic.
Nice. Well, I'm going to throw out an honorable mention, and then I'll go with my final one. And some may say my honorable mention.
Only I can cheat, Koerri. You can't do it. It's only me.
Hey, man, I'm sorry. Some would say my honorable mention should be my final selection. Some would say my final selection should have been the honorable mention, which is exactly what I said twice. But anyways, so honorably, I think a Puyo Puyo type game would be amazing. Not necessarily bringing back, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. They could really make a Puyo Puyo game with anything. They could do a Disney Puyo Puyo. I mean, Frozen, whatever IP, Disney IP they wanted to bring in, Toy Story, Puyo Puyo, whatever it may be, or something completely original, or, just a Puyo Puyo game that they make themselves. But I think that would be really dope. It just fits with what the Amico is all about. Those games, especially, like, I remember being like the summer that I graduated high school, being 18, I was living with me and my brother, had an apartment. We would have friends come over randomly, and we would just have like random Puyo Puyo Mean Bean Machine freaking tournaments, and I would just like crush people, or my brother would crush people, and it would be super exciting. Sometimes we would place bets. It could get pretty competitive, but as a family environment, that game could be, just something that you could have fun with. So it's something that adults could play. It's something that the family could play. I think it's just a title it's one of those titles that's like, hey, you got to have Puyo Puyo on the Amico. But that's not my final pick. That was just my honorable mention. My final pick is an actual game. And the reason why I picked this title is because of the controller that we have with all of the different parts of articulation that are on the spin dial of the controller.
16 points.
16 points of articulation. I thought it would be cool to kind of utilize those in a way where it's kind of fluid, right? And that's why my final pick was Echo the Dolphin. Now, if you guys are familiar with Echo the Dolphin back in the day, it's a game where you're a dolphin. You're the rest of your I forget what they call schools of dolphins. Dolphins are mammals though, so I don't think they call them schools. I don't know what it's called. It's something. The family of dolphins was.
Somebody's gonna let you know on these comments. Somebody will.
Someone knows right now. They're like, I can't believe you don't know that.
You son of a.
Everybody should be a marine biologist and know what a family of dolphins is. All right. Well, his family was taken away or got lost or something, and your Echo, you gotta find your family. There's giant crystals. You got to go through different mazes and things in water. It's just one of those things where you could kind of just have fun using, the different parts of articulation. You could use Echo to like go really fast and like jump over like big things, big blocks of land and things like that. So I just think it would be a kind of a game that would be kind of fun. You can kind of explore around. If you wanted to have multiplayer, they could have like multiple dolphins or whatever. If you wanted to do that, whoever finds the exit first, whoever's a smarter dolphin, that whole thing. I just think it would be cool. They can make it look pretty good with the technology that they have. It was just one of those games it's a classic, and it's one of those things that it wouldn't take much to kind of build the game. It's one of those things where they could definitely get it at that $10 price point if they really really wanted to. And I think it would be kind of fun just to play around with the technology, especially turn all the lights out. You got like the different colors on the pad on the controller. You can make it really pretty underwater, stuff like that. It would be kind of cool. So Echo the Dolphin was my final choice, pick 3.
And if you have Tommy doing the music too, that'd be really dope.
Exactly. That's what I tried to do. Like I tried to think about like the team that they have, everybody that's there, and that's kind of like how I tried to make my picks. That's why I came up with cool spot number 1. Like the music would be super cool. The team that they have, the animated and everything. Like I think it would be a super cool game. So yes, sir. So that was the Mission 3 picks. We want to know what games you guys want to see on the Amico. So comment down below. Let us know what you guys think, what you guys want to see on there. And then like when it launches, we'll see what gets made. Like Tommy said when he was on, he was saying, they're trying to roll out so many different games regularly that some of the stuff that you think of that you might want to see, you'll probably see eventually. So let us know what you guys want to see in the comments below. We definitely will appreciate being able to check that out. I'm excited to see what you guys think of. So all right, KJ, so next segment, man, pay per match, the culling. So
Woo!
let's talk about this, man. So there's the culling rises from the dead, and they're trying to come back with a new monetization model where it is a pay to play model. So, I mean, did you read through the article? Did you get the information exactly like what they're trying to do here? I'm pulling it up right now, but for some reason they're asking me 1,000 questions. Here it is. All right, so
I don't understand it. I thought that was
Gremlin got involved. It seemed to me like an 8-bit troll, but no, like they're for real. And what was funny is that I saw the YouTube video where the man made the announcement working for Zovian LLC, so their official YouTube page. And that video, as of this recording, has 647 likes, right?
Mhm.
34,000 dislikes.
Oh wow. Oh man. I mean, it's all right. So here, let's just explain this really quick before we give any opinions or anything, right? So it says here, new players will initially be expected to pay $4.99 US, which will grant them a 1-day trial period. Should they wish to continue playing after that, they'll need to spend match tokens for anything beyond a single free match per day. Match tokens can be earned by winning an online match, but Xaviant will also be offering them in packs purchasable with real money. Packs start at 99 cents US for 3 match tokens and go up to $4.99 for 20 tokens. Alternatively, players can choose to purchase 7-day unlimited access for $1.99 or 30 days for $5.99, roughly equivalent to $70, just shy of £60 for a year. The loot crate seen in Culling's previous free-to-play iteration will, however, be dropped. So you're looking at about $70 a year to play the game, which was once free to play. But it seems like they can't afford to have it to be free to play anymore. So it's, if you want to play a match, you could just throw us a buck. Or, well, so you get one free match a day because that's all they can afford to let people do on their servers. Then you can do
$5.99.
then you could do 3 matches for 99 cents, and then 20 tokens is 4.99. So you get 3 tokens for $1 and 20 tokens for $5. And I imagine it's 1 match per token. You know what? Like, it sucks to say this, but if this is the only way they can afford to allow to work on the game and people really like the game, but they can't pull enough money through a Kickstarter or whatever it may be, then this may be the only option that they have. Like, if they really are passionate about the IP that they have, but they really can't afford any, like, if they have no other option, what do you really expect them to do? Like, I mean, it, it's tough now. People expect so much out of games, and it costs so much to be able to put in all of the details and all of the things that we expect from these titles. And if they don't have the money, I mean, what do you expect them to do? I'm trying to be the guy I'm trying to look at it kind of rationally. I know I go like crazy a lot of the times and I say some wild stuff, but I'm trying to be the guy I'm trying to be fair this time. Let's just say that. I'm trying to be
Well,
fair.
I hate to tell you, buddy, that ain't gonna fly with me. I'm letting you know this is trash, hot, steaming garbage. And they also said too that they reset everyone's profile. So for people who played the Cullen in its first iteration, sorry. Oh, you get to keep the game. Great. If you bought it, you get to keep it. Sweet. But you gotta start from ground zero. I played this game, man. It's not that good. I'm sorry. I played it. You're fighting people on an island. You can craft weapons. I mean, when I play the game, it's like I've seen it and I've seen it done better so many different times. It's not that good of a game. It's not that fire. It's not like it's 2K or something like that. I don't know what they're thinking about doing this. If they needed the money that bad, they should have went to a bigger company, the EA or Ubisoft or something. They say, hey, buy us out, help us out, or help fund our thing here. And then if they were getting money from Ubisoft or EA or somebody, then they could have really made the game a lot better and look better too. The game doesn't even look that good either. I'm sorry. I'm not happy with this price structure, because what this does is this sets a precedent for other people to try this mess too, for games that I really care about playing.
Which is gonna happen. So, I mean, it might happen. I'm not gonna say definitively it's gonna happen because Fortnite is. They got all the guala. They have all the money in the world. So I don't see them, um, doing this model like this. Although in a way they kind of do. In a way, it's not as upfront, but you have to get like the season pass if you want to collect any of the like the good stuff. You can play the game without it, but you're not going to get anything good unless you pay for the season pass.
Yeah.
And the
But at
seasons
least you're
change
giving
all of the
players the
time.
option on that. They're
Yeah.
not angels. They're not flying around with wings. I'm not saying that. But at
Mm.
least they're letting people get access to play the game,
Right. You get access with this too. You got to pay $5 once, but then you get one game, one match per day for free. Maybe they give you an extra match if you give them your birthday information or something.
What if I give my social security, what happens then?
I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe they'll give you a free year.
Xavier, Zovin, whatever.
I don't know
Shame
how to
on you.
pronounce it. Yeah.
Shame on y'all.
Yeah.
And I don't care.
Yeah. So, the only thing that sucks is, yeah, you're right. People are probably going to adopt that model. But, maybe not now. How many, you said 3,500 dislikes or?
almost, yeah. Almost 35,000.
Oh, almost 35,000.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I
they
thought you
had
said
647 likes on that video where they made this announcement with the pricing structure.
Mm.
And then 34,000 dislikes. So
I thought it was 3,400. So I was like, oh, well, that's bad, but that's not like, no, that's astronomical. That's disgusting. Yeah. So yeah, we probably won't be seeing anybody adopt this structure, and they're probably just going to close down. That sucks. Sorry, the Culling. I tried to save you, but KJ came with that heat, and
it's a done deal.
Can you blame him? So let's move on to the final segment of the show here, man. We've been kind of retro lately. I know you're a big fan of the retro, so this is up your alley. But this retro device doesn't seem to be hitting with you, maybe. But maybe we'll find out if it's a hit or miss. The Atari VCS, KJ, hit or miss, man.
Well, I'm a wait and see kind of guy, but they haven't really given a lot of people stuff to see.
Wait. They haven't given Sandbox, bro? The Sandbox? Man. The classic Atari look?
I haven't really seen true gameplay footage from the system yet. I saw somebody playing Fortnite.
You're not ready for Windows? Are you going to throw Linux on it, buddy? You don't want to throw Linux on it? On the Atari?
Dude, I don't know what to say. I'd be real salty if I spent money funding it on Kickstarter, because they really haven't shown anybody anything. Like I said, I saw somebody playing Fortnite and then other people playing Asteroids. Okay, how many times have we played Asteroids? And we know what that looks like. No, I just don't see this thing being successful. It's underpowered.
It looks like a Steam machine, and a low-powered Steam machine.
It's not even as powerful as a PS4, Xbox One.
and they're expecting us to spend for the system that comes with everything $389 before tax. And they're expecting us to spend that kind of money when they know that a PlayStation 5 and Series X is coming out in the same year. Do you think I'm going to spend that on an underpowered system? Corey, help me out, man.
There's Sandbox.
The classic controller with the joystick, you can get it for it's $50.
But you could
And
use
then
it
they
to
have a,
drive. You could spin the joystick handle, use that to drive now.
can you do like campfire? Like, can you do a campfire game?
Yeah, dude, you could do you could do yep. The can't exactly. Doesn't get more retro than that, right? Starting a fire with a
They
stick.
have
Actually,
a
they should
traditional
bring
Pro
that to the
controller.
Amico.
There's a traditional Pro controller that's $60. So that classic joystick controller is $50. The other controller is $60. If you buy the Onyx edition, that's basic, it's $249.99, and you get no controllers at all. So to get those controllers, you have to pay for the $389 edition, and that's when you get that joystick and that Pro controller style thing.
And you get both of them, right?
You get both of them, so that is a plus.
You said it's how much is it? $389?
It's $389.
And the system without the controllers is $250.
Yeah.
But the two controllers is an additional $110, which would make it $360.
I'm not running Atari, bro.
So where's this? So where's this extra $20 come from? Does it come preloaded with games, or is there extra storage? Is there more RAM in it or something? Does it
it's
have a
supposed to
better
come preloaded with classic Atari games and all that stuff? But again, I mean, you could just go on so many systems and get classic Atari games. I see no reason to have this. I saw they were going through the UI, and someone was pulling up Netflix and all that. Great, I can go on Netflix. Again, Corey, help me out.
Fam, all right. Well, I mean, I've seen enough. I just brought up the specs, and it's running a 14 nanometer AMD Raven Ridge 2. So I mean, all right. For everybody that doesn't know what that means, I'd rather play video games on my iPhone that I have, and my iPhone is like a year and a half old. So I mean, I'm good on that. I'd rather pick up the Amico. Like you said, like we already have
all
like
day.
we already have like what's it gonna do? What's it gonna do for that price point? I can go get like a retro. I could just throw a freaking Atari emulator on my computer and then buy a PS5 and play, you know, those AAA
Especially with
titles on
Linux
that.
on here, that'd be easy to do.
Yep. So I mean, I'm good on that. Yeah.
So okay, but to
overpriced.
answer the format, hit or miss?
It's a miss, bro. It's a miss. And the CEO, I was watching a video of the CEO talking about it, and the way he was explaining it was they had like a concept or something, and there was so people liked it so much they were like, well, I guess we have to make it. Like they had no plans in making this. They only made this because there was buzz. They were putting it out with he was saying they were putting it out with I forget what processor they initially were putting in it, but then they wanted to upgrade it because they wanted to future proof it for the next 5 years. Like, fam, if the processor, I mean, this is on Wikipedia, so maybe they haven't upgraded the processor here, but this is a 14 nanometer processor, fam.
The RAM is upgradable.
So there's that.
So it's a PC. It's a PC. You might as well buy a PC. You might as well go get a $500 HP. You could probably buy an HP for like $250 and do everything that you're trying to do on that and upgrade if you need to upgrade with it.
So in theory, this system is probably more powerful than the Amico, right? We can say that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
However, it's doing nothing to innovate or doing nothing to separate itself from the market. That's what Amico is doing. They're trying their best to separate themselves from the big dogs and doing something completely different.
Mm-hmm.
This is trying to do what the big dogs are doing and coming nowhere near the dog pound at all.
Nope.
This is a miss in a big time way. This is not only is this a miss, buddy, this is a guaranteed failure. You can quote me on that, write it down. This will not be a success.
Nope. Not at all. Not at all. People aren't really. Atari is already. It's like a novelty brand. They'll probably sell more beanies and T-shirts than they will consoles. I'm sorry to say it like that, but it is what it is, man. Like, no one's really checking for Atari like that. And if you're not being an innovator, if you're really just making something that's not even going to compete, but you're making it anyways, then what are you doing? You're trying to sell it with a sandbox mode? Like, that's your selling point? There's a sandbox mode? Come on, man. Do you have the classic Atari games updated to HD? So the color
You can
palettes,
customize
the
the
color
operating
palettes.
system.
Ooh, fun. No, I'm good. I'll pass. That's a miss, buddy. That's a miss. Sorry. I mean, we are average people. We are everyday consumers. We don't have just money to blow on random stuff. So if you're asking me if I'm going to waste money, like, am I going to spend money for this to just when I could buy something else that I would enjoy? No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to buy it. I don't care about it. I don't want it. I'm good. Pass. You don't even have to talk to me about it, guys. Because it's not going to happen. I'm not buying it. Sorry.
I'm honestly looking forward to seeing the comments, people's thoughts, good or bad, on the Atari VCS. I just want to hear from the community overall about it. So definitely looking forward to hearing from y'all.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know what you guys think about the Atari VCS. Let us know how you guys think it stacks up against the Intellivision Amico, or even any other console for that matter. I know it doesn't stack up against anything else, but I mean, it doesn't even stack up with the Amico for me. And the Amico is one of those things where it's like, hey, man, like, that's one of those things. I mean, I'm not necessarily completely sold on absolutely picking one up right away, but it's one of those things where it's like, if I had some extra money and I was in the store, there was an Amico there, and I was like, dang, it's that GTO red, forget it, man, let me pick that up. There's no way, even if I had an extra $1,000 and this Atari was there, I'm not gonna buy it. If I had extra money to just waste, I wouldn't buy the Atari. I would buy the Amico if I had spare cash.
There's hungry kids, man. Get that money to those kids.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's a big, wide world out there. So we want to hear what you guys think, though. Let us know what you think in the comments below. The Atari VCS is a hit or miss for you guys. You excited about it? I know there's a fan base for this. I mean, I see people all the time wearing Atari shirts. So some of you guys got to be buying this console, right? Let us know.
So there's a fan base for Atari, but I don't think there's one for the VCS. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, if you already have the retro console, I mean, you're only going to get the same games plus the sandbox mode. So, I mean, it'll look cool.
Take that Atari love and just enjoy it on a different system and save getting robbed.
Because that's all that's going to happen. You about to get robbed. Well, that's it for the show, man. We definitely appreciate everybody for tuning in. This was awesome. We want to hear what you guys think about everything. What titles do you want to see on the Intellivision Amico? Do you think the Atari VCS is hit or miss? And what do you think about the 90-year-old streamer? I mean, I think it's amazing. Does your granny stream? Let us know in the comments. Hit us up. Make sure you check out playlegit.net because that's the home, that's the hub, that's where you're going to find everything legit that involves gaming and real talk, original interviews, original articles, reviews, 8-bit trolls, all that good stuff on playlegit.net. You're going to find the podcast there as well. You're also going to find us on the Play Legit Network on YouTube. So you're going to want to stop by there, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell so you get notifications whenever we upload, because it's going to be every week. We got new videos coming up, so you're not going to want to miss that. Also, stop by Spotify because you're going to want to subscribe to the podcast there. If you're not, the type of person that likes to see the visual stuff, say you work construction, whatever it may be, and you just want to hear about these games, you want to hear these opinions, but you don't have time for the visuals. All you have is time for the ear candy. Hit us up on Spotify because you can hear the podcast there. All the past episodes as well as the new episodes, we're always going to be up on Spotify as well as anchor.fm. You're going to want to stop by there as well. That's the home, that's the hub that help us out a bunch, getting us spread across all over the internet. We're on Google Podcasts, we're on Breaker, we're on a bunch of stuff. So stop by all that, subscribe to the podcast, tell your friends, tell your family. Hit me up if you want to hit me up as well. You can follow me on Twitter at Koerri Elijah. Hit me up with any questions, concerns, anything that you have, any topics that you might want to hear on the show. You can definitely hit me up and let me know as well. You can find KJ at Play Legit across the board as well. So hit us up, guys. We definitely appreciate everybody tuning in. We will be back next week with another amazing podcast for you. But until then, I've been Koerri Elijah. I want you guys to stay legit. KJ, you got anything before we get out of here, man?
That 90-year-old lady will not be playing VCS.
Oh, she's not with it. No. She
She's
will
not
be.
with it, man.
She'll be on that PS5 playing GTA 6. Hopefully, whenever it comes out, she'll still be out here with us gaming. I'm trying to stream with her high key. So until next time, guys, this has been the Play Legit podcast. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.